Hi everyone, I'm Coach Melissa. I'm so excited that you're here today for this workout. The theme today is Zombie Survival Training Leg Day. And I'm calling this workout Zombies Can't Catch These Glutes. So whether you're training to outrun a zombie horde or you just want glutes that are going to be strong enough to survive a zombie apocalypse, this is going to be a lower body strength circuit that also targets your booty. The way a zombie targets brains. So we're going to do squats, we're going to do step ups, we're going to do some deadlifts, some stabilization work, and it's all going to be delivered in a zombie-free package. So you're going to build strong legs, buns of steel, the kind of strength that can make a zombie jealous, and you're going to expect muscular gains, some zombie-themed fun, some laughter, and a leg day that might make sitting down tomorrow feel a little bit like a survival challenge. So we're going to have a 20-minute total workout session that will include a warm-up, the workout itself, and a cool down, all zombie-themed style. And the equipment that you're going to need today, if you choose to use equipment, will be a dumbbell and or a kettlebell, a step up or a box for step ups, and a workout bench if you have it. If you're beginner to intermediate level, I would recommend body weight to light to moderate selection for your dumbbell kettlebell, and maybe low to medium step up. And if you're moderate to advanced, you could go heavier on your selection for the equipment and maybe choose a higher step up. So before we can start actually training to evade the zombies, we do need to get warmed up first. So let's get ready to move, like we're late to a post-apocalypse brunch or like a zombie just touched our leggings. Okay, so this is the warm-up, and I'm calling this prepping for the zombie chase, mobility before the mayhem. So we're going to start with ankle circles. We're going to do each side for about 30 seconds, and you're going to just start small. Remember, this isn't about speed. This is about lubricating your ankle joint for safe movement. We're going to go clockwise, and now we're going to switch on that same foot and go the other direction, counterclockwise, 15 seconds this way, just warming up that ankle. And we're going to switch to the other leg in 3, 2, 1. Good. So you can start counterclockwise or clockwise. It really doesn't matter. Just remember, it's better to get your ankles warmed up before we move for our survival training, zombie style. We're going to switch, go the other direction on that same ankle. Good. All right, getting ready to go to our next exercise. These ones are going to be our hip circles, escape route scanners. So we got to loosen up our hips. So you're just going to start, you can do your feet a little wider than your hips, and you're going to go for 30 seconds in one direction, trying to keep the movement in your hips and not in your shoulders or your head. Just making nice big circles. Now we're going to switch and go the other direction for 30 seconds. We got to have good hip mobility if we're going to evade and dodge the zombies. Just like we have to have good ankle mobility. We don't want an ankle strain to be the thing that takes us down in a zombie apocalypse. All right, we're going to transition next in 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go to perimeter sweeps or windmills. So you're going to have your feet wider than your hips, bring your arms up into a T, then you're going to bend at the waist, keep it a soft knee, but your legs pretty straight, and you're going to tap that toe and come up here into your T. And you're just going to alternate. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Just loosening things up, getting mobile. Mobility before the mayhem. Bringing blood flow to our legs. Getting our heart rate up a little bit, but not too much. I think we're about 15 seconds in. I should have looked at my clock. Okay. 10 more seconds. Then we're going to go to our zombie walks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the zombie walks, you're going to walk like a zombie, but with perfect form. So you're going to have your arms up, and then you're going to just think about stretching those hamstrings, bring your foot up towards your toe. It's okay if you have to stay in one place due to limits in the room. You could try walking if you have the space. It's okay if your foot doesn't touch your hand, and you're just going to keep that up for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So we're going to go into what I'm calling today survivor squats for 30 seconds. So you're just going to get your feet a little wider than your hips. You're going to drop down. Good. You're going to inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. We got about 10 more seconds. Keep that breathing nice and even. Think about sitting your butt back and down, pushing through those heels on the way up, and stop. Okay, so we're going to transition over from mobility before mayhem into our workout next. Okay, so we're all warmed up and it's ready. It's time to train. I'm going to call this workout portion today. Let's leg day. Let's apocalypse proof your peach. So we're going to start with what I'm calling barricade step ups. These are lateral step ups onto a box, and you can use body weight only, or you can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. And what we're going to do when I start the clock is we're going to do 5 reps per leg, and then go immediately into 5 reps on the other leg. So we're going to do 3 rounds of that, and then we'll have a 30-second rest after we do all 3 rounds. Okay, so you're going to stand to the side of the box, and you're going to be pretty close to it. You're going to step up with that leg that's closest to the box, and then just lift the other leg, standing tall at the top. This would be body weight only. We want more glute activation on these. So it helps when you're doing your step ups or transitioning to the other side. We're going to go to the other leg now for 5. That as you step up onto the box, think about pushing and driving through your heel. And 5. Good. So I'm going to grab a kettlebell to use for set 2. I'm just going to hold it at my chest. You could do the same with the dumbbell. And I'm going to start the 5 on my right leg again for round 2. It's not a race. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. That's 1, 2. Really squeeze those glutes at the top. That's 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're going to start round 3. I'm going to do this last set with the dumbbell instead of the kettlebell. And again, you can hold this in several different ways. By your side, one-handed. I like to hold mine here goblet style against my chest. And we're going to start round 3 for 5 on the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, going to the left side, finishing out these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. That was 3 rounds. We're going to take a 30-second rest. Catch our breath. Okay. These are normally called lateral step ups onto a box. But for our zombie theme style, I'm calling them barricade step-ups, as if you have to step over a barrier in the post-apocalypse world. Hope you're catching your breath here. Okay, so we're going to go on to exercise 2 in our workout. This one is a single leg Romanian deadlift from a bench. For today's style of zombie theme, I'm calling these brain dead single leg hinges because who needs a brain when your leg's doing all the work anyway? So again, you could do this body weight or with equipment, a single dumbbell or kettlebell, and you're going to do 5 reps per leg, right, left, and the rest is going to be at the end of our 3 rounds. All right, so I've got my bench set up, and I'm going to start here on my bench. One knee is going to be up on the bench. The other foot is going to be out in front of me, and it's going to be a little wider than my hips. I'm going to have my load in front, squeezing those shoulder blades, engaging my core, pulling my belly button into my stomach. And then I'm going to think about sending your hip back like you're going to sit on the heel, like on the foot that's on the bench behind you, and come up and squeeze your glutes at the top. So to modify this, options are you can use just body weight only, you could adjust the weight you're doing, and you can adjust the depth of how much you're hinging, how deeply. All right, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and start. So we're going to do 5 reps on this side. That leg that's planted on the floor should have the toe up. I'm inhaling for my breath when I sink back and down, and exhaling when I rise. That's 3, 2 more on the side. 1 more, and then I'm going to switch sides. 5, okay. These are one of my favorites to do because they really isolate the glutes and the hamstrings a lot. All right, so find where you are. Again, that planted foot is a little bit wider than your hips, out in front of you. You're going to sink back and down. Inhaling at the top, that's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Good. That finishes set 1. So we're going to go right over to our starting side, the right side for me. And this time I'm going to use a dumbbell to show it. Exact same setup though, 1 foot up on the bench. In fact, I may show it from the front and from the side. All right, so sinking down into our first of 5. That's 1. 2. Did you ever think that someday you'd be in a workout class that's zombie survival training leg day? It's 3. That's 4. 1 more. 5. Good. We're going to switch sides. And on the last set, I'll also show it from a different angle. Here we go. 1, squeeze those glutes at the top. Sink back and down until you really feel your hamstrings light up in that leg that's down on the floor. That's 3. It's 4, 1 more. 5, good. All right, so we're going to go into our last set here. And go to my right leg. I had to remember which one I'm on. Going to show this just from the side with 1 foot up onto my bench. And we're going to go right into our 5. Sinking that butt back and down for 1. Try to keep your hips level. 2. It's hard to show it here. I'm a little wobbly. Sorry about that. That's 3. Keep going. Make sure wherever you are, you have good support on that leg. It's 4. 1 more. Make it good. 5. Okay, going to the left side for our last 5 of these. Are you ready? Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 2 more. You got this. 4, One more, you got it. 5. Great job. I'm proud of you. If we were in the zombie apocalypse together, I would be on your side. We're going to go into a 30-second rest here. Okay, well done. So we're going to go next into our zombie, I'm calling them brain squats, because we're going to like pretend like we're smashing in a zombie brain in the bottom of these with our load. But this is a sumo squat with either a dumbbell or a kettlebell. This one's going to be a little different because we're going to go for 10 reps and then we're going to rest 30 seconds between our 3 rounds, okay? So we're going to go here in just a moment. You want to have wide legs, wider than your hips, definitely. And your toes are going to be out at about a 45-degree angle. The load is going to be pretty much underneath your hips, right in the center. And then when you do your squat, I want you to think about, in a sumo squat, you go wide and you do not let your knees cave in. You sink deeply into the squat and rise back up, squeezing your glutes to the top. So we're going to go here in 3, 2, 1, start. So we're going to do 10 reps of these. The first one, I never really count personally. You may or may not touch the ground with your weight. That's totally fine. Again, you can use these body weight as well and just put your hands into prayer. I always inhale on the way down, exhale when I stand for the power to get me back up. That's 3, 4. From the bottom of your squat, think about pushing through your heels and driving up with power. It's really going to engage the power in your glutes. I've got 5 more here. That's 6, 4 more. Make sure you're breathing. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Set that down. Then a 30-second rest. Get some water. Catch your breath. So on these, we could go, again, body weight with hands in prayer. You could go heavier load. I'm going to switch into round 2 for this next set of 10. And I'm going to use the dumbbell instead, just to highlight that. Got about 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, start. All right, we're going to go into set 2. Keeping those knees wide, don't let them cave in. That's 1, 2. These are going to be great for your inner thighs and for your glutes. Pretending like we're smashing in a zombie brain right underneath us with that weight. I think that I'm on 5, wherever you're at, stay with your count. 6, 7, 3 more. 8, 9, 10. Awesome. I like to change up when I do those, the type of load that I use, whether it's a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Catch your breath, maybe get a drink of water. And after our 30-second rest, we're going to go into the 3rd round. Whew. All right, getting ready here. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. I might show a few of these from the side. You go into your reps. You know what to do. That's 1. That's 2. Keeping a nice tall chest. 3. Knees are going to track over toes, not letting your knees cave. That's 5. Squeeze those glutes. Just a little bit more to go with this. 7. 3 more. 3 more. That's 8. 9. 1 more. Last zombie brain I'm smashing. 10. Awesome. Set your weight aside, clear up some space, get some water, catch your breath, and you did it. You survived our zombie training leg day. So now we're going to stretch and breathe like we're not being chased anymore in our cool down. Okay, we're going to go into our cool down session today. I'm calling this, along with our class name, this is our safe house stretch session. And it's important because during a zombie apocalypse, flexibility is important for survival. So we're going to start with just a wide-legged stance, kind of from the edge of your bench. And for 1 minute, we're going to do this. I'm going to start it now. We're just going to have a hang, like a forward hang. You can keep a soft knee. Let your neck hang. And then when you're ready, if you want, you can try to reach forward and see where your hamstrings are going to allow your hands to get today. Just right in front of you. And if anything feels like too much, you're just going to back off. We're not trying to be in any pain today. And then we're at about 30 seconds now. So I'm going to keep my hands in front of me and I'm going to walk my hands over towards my left foot and just try to get a different stretch in my lower back and my inner thighs and my hamstrings. Letting that heart rate come down. Pretending like there's no zombies trying to get through our door. Now we're going to walk our hands over to that right foot. See whatever stretch we can get on that today. And now we're going to transition up into our seated figure 4. So you're just going to plant one foot. If you can do this, we're just going to lift one ankle onto this knee here and gently assist the bent figure 4 side downwards towards the floor. You shouldn't have any pain here. If you do, you always want to back off. You never want pain. This stretch really targets your glutes. We worked them hard today. We want to show them some love. Then we're just going to switch sides. Now this side for me is always a little bit tighter in my glutes. So I'm always happy when I can just lift this ankle up onto this thigh. So that's always a win. Take your wins where you can. Feels good to let that heart rate come down. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to transition to the floor next. You can put down a mat if you have it. And we're going to go into what's called frog pose. So frog pose is designed to really stretch your inner thighs. And you do that by having wide knees and wide ankles. I'm going to show it to you from the side. Okay, so wide knees, wide ankles. And then you may be up on your hands. You may be able to come down onto your elbows. And you want to breathe and sink into those inner thighs. It's not always about strength. Sometimes we need mobility for to effectively dodge zombies during a zombie apocalypse. I've seen some people where they can spread their knees all the way apart, get their entire inner thigh to the floor. That is not me or my life. Maybe in a zombie apocalypse of the future, but not this one. Okay, and now we're going to transition on the floor into child's pose. I personally like to have a wide knee and my ankles closer together for this one. So we're just going to walk our hands forward, put our forehead on the floor, and we're going to try to push our butt back and down into our heels if we can. We really don't want a lifted butt. If you find your butt is lifting, then you might want to widen your knees. You want to get a soft belly, just breathe. This is, in a way, an active stretch because you are trying to reach your hands forward along the floor, get a good stretch along the sides of your abdomen, underneath your armpits and your arms. And now we're going to transition into Savasana. So you're going to lay on your back. You're going to have your palms facing up to the ceiling. You're going to shake it out, let things settle where they do. And we're going to be here for about 1 minute. You want your palms up towards the ceiling. You want to close your eyes. Your feet, your toes are going to turn out. And you're just gonna let that heart rate continue to come down. You can relax now. You can appreciate your strength. And you should know that your legs and your rock solid glutes are strong enough to survive any zombie apocalypse. Got about 30 more seconds here. And as we close, we want to focus on recovery and mobility. Stretching and a proper cool down is just as important as the hard work that you did during your workout. I was thinking we should have a team name. I was thinking of names for this workout. I have Apocalypters. I have Beauty, Brains, and Brawn. I have Zombie Sirens and Deadly Divas. If you have a favorite, you'll have to let me know. All right, 3, 2, 1, and stop. So go ahead and sit up and appreciate all of your hard work today. Your body will thank you for these efforts that you give it. Stay committed, keep progressing, make sure to integrate both strength and mobility into your routine. And as you progress through your fitness journey, remember that functional movement and mobility is not only important for performing everyday tasks, but also possibly for surviving a zombie apocalypse. So I want to thank you for being here today with me. I hope that you had so much fun and a good laugh. And stay hydrated. I read somewhere that zombies prefer non-hydrated brains. Amazing work today, everyone. Thank you.